What if I told you the world's best sleep advice was given over 1400 years ago, and now science is finally catching up? By none other than the best of creation, the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, has given us some key prophetic practices to follow in terms of sleep. Sunnah number 1, sleep early and wake up early. There are 2 hadiths that indicate the Prophet, peace be upon him, used to go to sleep early and wake up early. The first one, Abu Barza, may Allah be pleased with him, reported, the Prophet of Allah, peace and blessings be upon him, disliked sleeping before evening prayer or talking after it. Another hadith mentions, Sakhr bin al-Ghamidi, may Allah be pleased with him, reported, the Prophet of Allah, peace and blessings be upon him, said, O Allah, bless my nation in their early morning. This is something I am still personally working on, which is sleeping right after Isha and then waking up for Fajr. As you can see from the hadith, it is encouraged for us to sleep early and so we can wake up for Fajr. With this, the Prophet, peace be upon him, mentions the barakah during the morning time, which we should all strive to take advantage of, as the Prophet, peace be upon him, made dua for those who strive during the early morning. Some things we can all do to take advantage of this blessing of the early morning is to do some nawafil, Quranic recitation, learn some Islamic knowledge, exercise, things of this nature to benefit from this early morning. So a disclaimer before I show some scientific research regarding a sunnah, I would just like to disclose, as we are Muslims, that we should strive to follow the sunnah in all aspects of our life. And just because science shows a benefit towards the sunnah doesn't mean we should just all of a sudden start practicing it. And we should be practicing it regardless of what science says, as we know science can always change. According to Harvard research, they published an article named Waking Up 1 Hour Earlier Than Usual May Reduce Depression Risk. So these researchers analyzed from nearly 840,000 people of European ancestry, looking at basically their chronotype and their sleeping time preference. From there, they were able to pinpoint those who were early and late risers. And from there, they also identified those who had been diagnosed with major depressive disorder. And so when they examined all this information, they found that those who were genetically predisposed to getting up 1 hour earlier in the morning compared to with the later risers had a 23% lower risk of depression. Along with these, the results were consistent with another small study that they did that showed that the depression scores in people who actually shifted their bedtime and wake time to be an hour earlier than their usual routine had a lower risk of depression. And so these researchers acknowledge that there is a larger trial that needs to be done in order to determine if it's a truly significant study. Sleeping on the right side. This one hadith, reported from Abu Saleh, may Allah be pleased with him, who stated, the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, commanded us, when one attends to sleep, to lie on his right side. There is more to this hadith, but it is one of the easiest sunnahs to follow since all of us sleep. All we need to do is try to sleep on our right side to obtain reward for even sleeping. It is something very easy for us to do. According to the Mayo Clinic, which is one of the top hospitals, if not the top hospital in the United States, they posted an article on what is the best sleeping position, which in that article they state that side sleeping is the best position to be in when attempting to sleep, as it helps to prevent the airway from collapsing and reduces snoring. It also helps to keep pressure off the joints compared to other sleep positions. Midday nap, Qailulah. This final hadith by Anas bin Malik, may God be pleased with him, reported that the Prophet of Allah, peace and blessings be upon him, said, take a siesta, for Satan does not sleep in the midday. And according to the dictionary, a siesta is an afternoon rest or nap, especially one taken during the hottest hours of the day in a hot climate. According to Seeker's Guidance, the Qailulah is a sunnah. It is a nap or rest, even without sleep, taken in the midday or when the sun is at its peak. It is usually taken before Zuhr prayer, unless the prayer is held early in the beginning of its time, in which case it may be done afterwards. The length of the nap is not specified, but it is a nap, not a lengthy slumber. As a Muslim living in the West with the hustle and bustle lifestyle that we have, it is very astonishing to hear how the best of creation, peace and blessings be upon him, would take naps. It shows to us the balance of the Prophet, peace be upon him, in all aspects of his life, that taking a nap is considered a sunnah that we will be rewarded for if we do it with that intention. Furthermore, the length of the nap is not specified, but we will get into the beneficial kind of naps according to science. According to verywellmind.com, they state how many experts advise keeping your nap around 10 to 20 minutes. known as a power nap that we've heard of before, and shift workers, NASA pilots, and elite athletes appreciate enhanced performance and recovery after these short naps. The reason for this duration is that it prevents the body from getting into a deeper sleep cycle, which can cause one to feel more drowsy once waking up. Even longer naps of 60 to 90 minutes have shown some benefit. If you sleep any longer than this, you run the risk of waking up more groggy due to waking up in deep sleep. These aren't just rituals, they're a blueprint for healthier living. The Sunnah isn't only about faith, it's about well-being in every aspect of life. Maybe it's time to sleep like the Prophet, peace be upon him. Inshallah you enjoyed the video and benefited. Salam.